I got two people watching already, have we? Let's have a look. It's exciting. So
There we
this
go.
is oh, well done. So this is very exciting for me, John. Welcome, by the way. Welcome to Wine Online at 9-ish.
Ish.
Yeah,
We're two
ish.
minutes early.
Yeah, it's close enough, mate. It's close enough. Now, obviously, the whole point of this is that we sit and talk, we find out a little bit about you, a little bit about your business, but we have a little bit of a drink as well. So we get a bit, we get a bit well oiled as we go. Our lips get a bit looser, and we find out all the goss. Yeah.
No, I've already had half a cider before coming on this.
Well, this is why tonight's special, because obviously it's called Wine Online at 9, but we're not drinking wine tonight, are we? Now I let my guests choose the drink. So tell me what we're drinking tonight.
Well, I've done you over a bit here, Matt. I'm not gonna lie. I originally told you we are going to be drinking cider and inches. I've kind of changed up and found this.
Hawkstone cider.
Oh,
Ah,
yeah, I know.
I went and got inches, mate. Yeah.
Mm, I know.
Yeah. Don't worry, mate. That's okay, mate. It's all good. Don't worry. It's expensive stuff, that Hawkstone stuff. Is that the Jeremy Clarkson?
yeah. It was £2.60 a bottle for
Oh,
Morrison's. It
that's
wasn't
all
that.
right. That wasn't bad. Do you know what, mate? I don't normally drink cider, so this will be interesting. But anyway, cheers. Welcome to the show.
Yes, thank you very much.
So I'll tell you what, start by telling us, tell what's one thing people would be surprised to know about you, John?
Oh, you've stumped me here, Matt. One thing you'd be surprised to know about me. Well, I'm 27, nearly 28, still living with my parents. There's something.
But
uh,
I'm not that surprised, mate.
I know I'm a big child at heart, really. Although I run a business, I'm a big child.
Okay, that's all right. What's wrong with that? We're a long time old, mate. So, Okay, so
Underneath this beard, I'm a baby face as well.
yeah, I bet if you took that beard off, I reckon you'd look
Yeah,
10 years
yeah.
younger.
I look about 17.
So what? So tell us about your business. So it's called Maverick Security. What is it you do?
So we provide man guarding to anyone or anything that needs security. So like your pubs, clubs that are your standard go-tos, but like your warehouses,
Yeah.
abandoned buildings. We did an abandoned building at the start of the year, due to it being broken into, and I think it was about £20,000 worth of fiber optic cable went missing, and that's why they got us in, because there was still loads more of it in this massive building, and
Okay.
they were trying to sell it. So things like that, things you don't really think of, um,
Yeah.
you might want security for.
So
Yeah.
why? Obviously, you've already said that you're a young man with
Hmm.
your whole life ahead of you. What inspired you to start a security business so early?
Oof. So it was just after COVID was coming to an end. As we were coming out of lockdown. Um, I was I was working for this company based in Coventry, but I was doing stuff around the Burton and Ashby area. And um, when all the beer gardens were open, I had a small incident there, which shouldn't have happened if the company looked after us, their staff, a bit more. And then another incident happened at this festival, that's in Fradley, where the security were basically stealing off the client. Um, so I spoke to this other gentleman that's no longer in business with me, but that's another story for another time. And we got the company up and running.
Yeah.
He had quite a few connections, and basically, I literally went, that's it. Security personnel aren't being looked after well enough. I've worked for companies beforehand, and I was just having drama after drama after drama with different companies. And I said, that's going to stop for the people who work for me. And we're going to
Yeah.
try and change the industry from the inside out, basically. And that's why I got
Okay.
it going.
Okay.
I had no intention of starting a business. It was just off the cusp. But I went, right, let's go for it. Let's try and change it.
Try to make a positive out of a bad situation.
That's it.
Fair play. Right, listen, I've got some fun questions for you as well. They're not all going to be tough, all right. But what's your comfort TV? You know, what do you go to when what program feels like you're snuggled under a blanket?
Hmm. I've got a couple actually.
That's all right.
So, Band of Brothers, the mini movie series.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
quite. Although it's quite action, it's just an easy watch, really. I've watched that
Okay.
many times.
Is it an easy watch? Is it that is what is that?
I think it becomes an easy watch over like when you've watched it so many times. Obviously, the first time you watch it, you're like, this is a bit rough and brutal, but
Yeah.
yeah. Um,
Okay.
the Rookie, I get action and quite a lot of comedy in there. I find it
The
quite
Rookie,
funny.
what's that about?
It's about a gentleman in America that has basically a midlife crisis and joins the LAPD, and
Okay.
then and basically he gets torn a new one for being this older gentleman joining the LAPD over there, and
Right.
he makes a career out of it, and it is quite good. There's loads of storylines behind it, so
Do you watch any
that's a good one.
do you watch any comedy?
Only on TikTok when uh, Jimmy Carr comes on TikTok. What's the one he's just recently done on Amazon? Don't Laugh, I think it's called.
Oh,
I guess all those comedians.
last one laughing.
That's it. That's what. Yes, that's the one.
There's another
Yeah.
series about to start of that, isn't there?
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
There's another. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, there's another series, and they brought Bob Mortimer back because obviously he's defending his
Oh,
crown.
yes. Of
What
course they
about
are.
Friends? Do you watch Friends? Do you watch The American Office? Do you watch anything like that?
No, I'm not interested in that stuff.
That's because you're too young. That's what it is.
Maybe.
So how long? So how many years now have you been? Has your business been going?
Uh, 4 years. September. Well, just gone. 4 years just gone.
I've got it. I've got a question here, mate, from ADB on Facebook. He's asking, what's the weirdest reason you've had to kick someone out of the venue for?
Having sex in a club. No word of a lie.
With the bouncer.
The bouncer witches. No, honestly, a club in Tamworth. Literally took a look to my right, and this woman was going up and down on this guy on a sofa.
Oh gosh, they weren't even in the loo.
No, they were basically next to a dance floor. I was pretty new to security at this point.
Yeah. Goodness me. Okay. Now, okay. So if do you want a fun question or a deep question? We're going to keep sort of jumping
I'll
about.
tell you what, you go for it, Matt. I'll let you lead
Okay,
on
I'm
that.
going to keep it. I'm going to keep it light for the time being. Okay. What's the weirdest food combination you secretly enjoy?
I don't. I think when people say, "Oh, I dip my Mackey's chips into their milkshakes," I think that's absolutely disgusting. I've actually tried it, and it was absolutely disgusting.
What's
It's funny.
that? Chips and milkshake?
Yeah, have you not heard of it?
No.
People literally get their Mackey's salted chips and get like a strawberry or banana milkshake that they do, and they just
Right.
literally scoop the milkshake up with their chip. I
Right.
can't believe I've heard of that. That's showing your age now, look.
Yeah, that's what it is. So okay, so that's a food combination you don't enjoy.
No, no.
So what's one you do? What's a weird one that you do?
You got your standard. You got your sweet and salted, haven't you?
Do you like peanut butter?
No, I think it's
Do you like
vile.
Marmite?
No, and the Marmite factory is literally down the road from me as well.
Okay. So do you like vegetables?
Yeah, not
Do you like
veg.
do you like a Sunday? Do you like gravy on your chips?
Yes,
What
yeah, I
about
do like
what's your sauce of choice for chips?
mayonnaise. I do like my
Yeah.
brown sauce. I do like my brown sauce though on a breakfast.
Okay. Okay. So I'm going to give you a deep one now, right?
Mm.
And it's we'll start. I'm just going to scratch the surface to begin with. Okay. So it's not that deep.
Go for it.
Hang on a sec. I've lost my question. Hang on. Where is it? Oh yeah. What happens when you're dead?
What happens when you're dead?
What do you
Um,
What do
I've
you
got, I've
believe?
got, I've got. Right, okay. Either nothing, right? You just that's it, or you come back as
Or something.
as an animal. But what animal? I don't know.
Okay. So is this your religion? Is this just a
No,
theory
no.
of yours?
This is just stuff I've heard in the past, and it intrigues me when people say people come back as an animal. If that's a dog, sheep, cow, fly, bee, you name the animal, you might come back as that. I don't know why. I think if like you're gonna die and you want to come back as an animal, I think that's great. I think it's just something to like take your mind off you actually dying, doesn't it?
So knowing my luck, I'd come back as a pubic louse or something.
Yeah, possibly.
Well, it depends. It depends on who, I suppose. That could be
Or an
quite.
earwig. I reckon you come back as an earwig.
Oh yeah, an earwig. Who'd want to be an earwig?
That's it. Like, who would want to be that?
So, other than the person having sex, what's the most surprising situation your team has ever handled, or is that
Uh,
it?
yeah, okay, festival. And it was the very first festival me and the company had taken on. Unfortunately, we don't have it anymore due to a bit of a falling out with the organisers, but stuff happens. But basically, there was this. They had pallets
Yeah,
in like a tower sort of thing, and you could get under these pallets, and underneath it there was a purple LED light.
yeah,
And there was this one gentleman or kid, whatever you want to call him, where he was literally folded up in himself. I don't even know how you can like
Did
describe
you
it.
say? Did you say in himself?
Yeah, like he was like, like folded, like
Right. Like,
yeah,
yeah.
as
Okay.
small as he could get, and his head and eyes were literally like on the LED light. Like if you couldn't get you couldn't get any closer to this LED light with his eyes and his face as he was. And we were
Yeah.
trying to pull him out of under these pallets because obviously he wasn't right. And
Yeah.
he would fight and scramble to get back to this LED light. He was almost
Yeah.
like a cat trying to get trying to get this light. And
Yeah.
we it's the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Like him trying to pull this guy out, and he just fight you to get back to this LED light. That's probably it's got to be the weirdest situation I've ever had to deal with because I didn't know how to deal with it.
So far.
So far, yeah.
What's a question from Hannah? You know Hannah.
Yeah, yeah.
Hannah. What's the worst event slash venue that you've worked at?
It'd be my first pub slash club in a place called Market Harborough, and again, that's when I first not when I first started the business. And it was not long after COVID where everyone was starting to come out, back out, and go to the pubs and clubs again, and took this place over. And it, I was kicking people out nearly in a scrap every Friday and Saturday night for the first 2 to 3 months of being at this place because it was farmers and then it was gypsies, and when they came together, that was it. It was a nightmare. And
Have you seen?
yeah,
You've just reminded me of. I've just watched the remake of Roadhouse. Have you seen Roadhouse?
Yeah, I love that. I love it.
Which one are you talking about? The remake or
The
the reboot?
remake. The remake. I haven't seen the original. I need to watch the
Oh,
original,
mate,
but I really
the
like
the the remake is dreadful compared to the
Is
original.
it? Oh, I've got to
Mate,
watch.
go and watch the original. Definitely.
I'll watch that.
I mean, don't get me wrong, Jake Gyllenhaal. I mean, he's obviously done a lot of work on his body for that film, hasn't he? It's unbelievable. But yeah, the original with Patrick Swayze, cracking film. Well, I remember it to be a cracking film. I haven't watched it for 20 odd years. Could be one of those things which is probably the best left 20 odd years ago. But my memory is very, very good.
I'll give it a watch. I'll tell you what.
So
I'll come around yours another night and we'll watch it.
yeah, we'll watch it, mate. We'll watch it
Yeah, we'll
together.
give it
Yeah,
a watch.
all right. Yeah, yeah. Bring some decent cider. You got me drinking this inches stuff.
It's nice.
No, it's all right. I like it. Yeah, it's good. So, how do you get your work?
So for the past 4 years, I've just let it come to me, which
Nice.
the reputation's done on itself. But now I've recently hired a sales and marketing, who's probably watching this right now and thinking how much of a dreadful job I am doing as selling my business right now.
She's got your back, mate. She wouldn't be thinking that.
So, but yeah, for the past 4 years, I've just let it come to me, and it seems to be doing all right. It hasn't been brilliant, but it's done me all right. But I
Yeah.
just need to give it this extra push now, and that's why I brought um, my sales and marketing manager on board.
What's your dream, John? What's your dream? Where do you want to be 12 months from now with the business?
In 12 months,
Okay, yeah. Okay. Where do
that's
you
a
want to be
lot.
12 months from now? And what's the dream? Two questions in one there.
Okay. In 12 months, with the business, I'd like to have at least one 24/7 contract, where I
Okay.
can where my guys can work, put them on a shift pattern, and then they can go and do their events that I have, to top the wage up, because that's how it works in security. That's what I'd like to have in 12 months' time, with a few more other little bits and bobs on the side as well. My dream would to I've never really thought about it. I'm just trying to get through life. um,
Well, so far so
but
good.
just to basically just oversee the company and just let people who want to work for me do a good job because they want to work for me. And
Yeah.
and I strongly believe if they want to work for me, it means they'll do a good job, which means the client's happy and a good job's being done. So I can literally just oversee it, go and travel a bit, go to places I've never thought of going to, and yeah, enjoy
So
life a
you
bit.
work on your business rather than in your business.
Ideally, yeah.
That'd be nice. So going back to what you said, your 12-month goal is, what does a 24/7 contract look like?
It's literally in the name. So they have one, maybe two security at their place, whether it's a warehouse.
What sort of what sort of job is that though? What sort of customer is that? Who would need someone 24?
Your warehouses, your
I see.
gatehouse. So
Yeah.
I don't know. What's a good example for a gatehouse? Oh, cause. They have multiple entrances into their site in Burton, and they have multiple gatehouses where security have to check people coming in. And a security guard's got to be there 24/7, 365 days a year,
Okay.
and
And
that's what brings money in.
right. And how do you get that sort of gig? Do you know?
So Cord
Assistants, presumably.
Cause employ their security guards in house, which means they don't contract a security company in to provide that. But other places, I don't put me on the spot here, Matt. Trying to
All right,
think.
mate.
So I
Just in case someone's listening, John, that's all, and they're thinking, gosh, you could really do have a 24/7 security guard.
what else is there? I mean, Burton's full of warehouses, but they don't.
Yeah.
But most of them don't have security 24/7, they have something called response, where if an alarm goes off, the security company will respond to it, check it out, do a perimeter check, and then go away again, and probably and do checks around multiple warehouses throughout the night.
Okay. And that's not the sort of gig you're after.
No, that takes a lot of. I think you've got to have a rough number off the top of my head, 10 to 15 of them to start making a little bit of money off that, because you've got to get a business vehicle, you've got to have someone on shifts again throughout the night, and then you don't charge nowhere near as much as for them, because they're not there all the time. Where it works completely differently. And it's not the easiest to organise either. To get somebody to do a good job just by driving around in a vehicle, you're not getting it. In my personal opinion, you're not going to get the same level of safety as if someone's there 24/7.
Now, you've mentioned Burton a few times in your answers, because obviously that's where you live, but do you cover other areas?
Yeah, we if needed to, we can cover the whole of the UK. Obviously, all the costs have to be put into that because of travel. But there's no reason why I can't go and cover an event in, I don't know, Scotland, for example, or in London. It's just that I'd rather set a base in Burton and the surrounding areas to start off with, and then start branching out.
Okay. Now, forgive me, because this question is definitely going to put you on the spot. But it's going to bring it back to the very first couple of questions that I asked. You said that something happened which inspired you to start your business. So what is it that you do different to other event teams?
Well, firstly, we don't steal off a client.
Okay.
That's one thing I make sure it doesn't happen. And the way we do that is, a lot of people put their trust in security, and as much as they should, and it sounds bad coming from a security owner, you shouldn't. Not when it comes to cash in hand, because doesn't matter how loyal or trustworthy they are, as soon as people have got cash in their hand and they look at it and go, I could get away with taking a few quid of this.
Yeah.
They're going to. As bad as it sounds, it's going to happen. Yeah. And this is what I say to people who say, can you take money on the door? I go, no. Like, if you want that to happen, get a volunteer you trust, or get an employee from yourself to do it, because I can't, again, as bad as it sounds, I can't trust every single guy I employ to do that, and you'll get all your money.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't get me wrong, I've got a few, but
you got a few what?
People I trust to do that.
Yeah.
But they can't be at every event or work at every event that requires that.
Are people still paying cash these days?
Cash is coming back in, Matt. I tell you that. Yeah, there's more and more cash at events now than I've seen in the past 4 years of doing it.
Is that right? What's happened? Why is that then? What's causing that shift?
I think the current world we live in, and
people aren't keeping their money away from the banks.
Yeah, and then also I think it's a way of limiting themselves. Whereas these contactless cards, they're just ping, 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 and then they're like, oh well, I've got nothing to live off for the rest of it. Whereas they can take on like 100 quid in cash, and they know that's it.
It's a bit easier to manage.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Okay, so coming away from the business a little bit, fun or deep? What do you want?
Let's go fun.
Fun. Okay. What's your go-to karaoke song?
Great Balls of Fire.
Yes.
I can't sing it for the life of me, but I love it.
But would you sing it if you were in a bar and there was karaoke? Would you get up and sing it?
I've got to have 6 or 7 drinks down me in order for that to happen, and a few shots on
6 or
top of that.
7.
But I'll give it
Wow.
a go.
Okay, fine. And if someone made a movie about your life, who's playing you?
So I came up with 3 names for this, and
Okay.
okay, so ideally I want Alan Richardson, who plays Jack Reacher, because
Okay.
he's just one god of a man, isn't he?
I don't know him. I don't know him
Have you
actually.
not seen it? Oh, you need to research him.
What's his
But
name?
Alan Richardson,
Okay, all right.
he plays Jack Reacher in the
You
series.
got a man? Is this a man crush, John? You
Oh
got a
yeah,
man crush?
he's definitely a man crush. Yeah.
Okay, all right. All
My next person would be Vin Diesel because of how much of a family man he plays in Fast and Furious, and I'm quite a family man. And then if it had to be a comedy film about my life and security, I'd have to go Ricky Gervais.
right. Okay. I reckon that would make a good. That's a good premise, I think, for a Ricky Gervais movie or series. Him as a
Yeah.
bouncer. Him and
Can
Steve
you imagine him as
Merchant.
a security guard?
Yeah, him and Steve Merchant, and maybe let's Chuck Warwick in as well for a bit of fun.
Why not?
Why not? Okay, so I'm going to give you a deep one now.
Okay.
So, if money was no object, what would you spend your life doing?
If money was no object, I would still work. I would still try and, I know, maybe not a security business, but I would still probably try and build a business from scratch. I don't know what that would be off the spot, but I can't. I'm not this type of person just to sit around. I'll get bored.
Yeah.
I need to do stuff. I want to work. I want to achieve things. Don't get me wrong. I'll probably have a lot more. I'll do a lot more fun stuff like traveling, because I've got the money to do it. But I'd still have to work and I don't know, create something or something. Yeah.
Okay, mate. We've got a question here from on Facebook from Tim Taylor. Hi, John. Do you think the EFAW certificate is adequate for the majority of events, as close protection and frontline services will always have level 3 first aid and above?
I don't know what the EF certificate is, in all honesty.
Oh, okay. We'll edit that out then. Tim, are you winding us up? He's a wind-up merchant, Tim. He's probably just made that up.
Possibly. Well, no, he's on. No, I just don't know what the EF certificate is. I know what he's on about with close protection and level 3, but I just don't know what the certificate is.
Because you do first aid as well, don't you? You're not just
Yeah.
security.
Yeah. Well, I did my FREC 3 course second week of August, and we're slowly starting to build in a first aid package with our security for events, but only
Yeah.
on a small scale, because like these bigger scales events
Yeah.
need a lot higher level of first aid and equipment and everything, and we're just not at that level yet.
Yeah. Okay. Do you charge more for that?
Yes, medical cover is a lot more expensive. Yeah.
So that's a nice add-on for you. Nice upsell.
Yeah. Mm.
Do you do mouth to mouth? I'm asking for a friend.
Is it for you? Is it?
It's not for me, mate. I'm happily married.
Oh, okay. It depends what equipment I've got. If I've got oxygen and stuff, no.
You don't need to.
No, I don't need to.
What's the most embarrassing thing that's happened to you at work? Well, Tim's responding, by the way. He said he was assuming you're SIA. Are you SIA?
Yeah. The SIA is the governing body over the whole security industry. That's what the SIA is.
Oh, hang on. Kelly's saying it means emergency first aid at work, you plebs. LOL.
Ah.
She's probably just Googled it, mate.
Yeah, of course she has.
And then called us plebs.
Okay. All right. Right. Knowing that, go back to that question.
Okay.
Reread that
question. Tim, I apologise. He is a wind-up merchant, though. But okay, let's go back. So, do you think the emergency first aid at work certificate is adequate for the majority of events, as close protection and frontline services will always have level 3 first aid and above? Go.
No. Simple answer, no.
I think I preferred your first answer.
Yeah, the simple answer is no, because you can only do so much with a level 3 first aid at work course, and only close protection officers get that with their course, whereas level 2, which is the door supervisor course, get a level 2 first aid, which is just basic CPR. Whereas the course I've done, which is FREC 3, you learn how to use oxygen, you learn how to use different medical equipment that you wouldn't with a first aid at work course.
Okay. Do you
So,
carry kit round with you? You carry in?
not at the moment. I have a simple first aid bag which has basics in, but I don't have the all the equipment, such as there's like certain equipment you can get for splints for legs, oxygen which you have to rent out, which again, this is why medical cover is more expensive than just having security. It's because of all the equipment you need in order to do that job, and it's expensive, very expensive.
Yeah. Okay. And do most security firms offer a first aid
No, I don't think they do personally.
upsell? Okay.
You're about to ask why, aren't you? And again, I don't
I'm
know
not
why.
gonna. I'm not. No, I'm not going. I'm not going to ask why. No.
No,
What
I
do you
don't think they do. I think it's starting to come in more now, because you have certain. Well, funny enough, I had a meeting on Friday with a medical company who do an awful lot of medical cover in medical cover for events. So I've just had
Yeah.
a message off my social media manager.
Yeah. Did it distract you? Yeah.
Yeah, very
I've got
distracting.
3 screens here, mate, and they're
Oh
all
no, I don't know. I don't
flashing.
know how you're coping, mate.
It's very distracting.
And maybe other security companies partner up with medical companies in order to do what I'm trying to do. But if I can keep it all in house, it just saves and trying to communicate with so many different people in order to organise an event. Whereas if I can do medical and security, it's going through me and through me only, and it just saves all that confusion or getting the wrong bit of information to the wrong person, and just making it a bit more simple.
Okay.
And also that with having it in house, the security and the first aid already have that working relationship. So and plus they're getting more security for what they've paid for anyway.
And all your lads trained to the same standard?
Not at the moment, because I've only just started the process.
So that's the plan.
But that is the plan, and hopefully I can just keep it growing and growing and growing.
Yeah. Okay. So how do you customize? 'Cause I imagine it's quite difficult. Do all events need something different, or is it all quite generic? How do you customize your security solutions to fit different clients' needs?
It depends. It's in the question. It depends on what they need. It depends on It depends on the type of event, how many people they're going to have. It depends on where it is. So is it like I don't know. Is it a sporting event? Is it a musical event? Is it just a wedding? All that sort. You've got to take all that into consideration. So every event needs something slightly different. So with my company, taking the medical aspects out of it, I have 2 uniforms. I have a shirt and tie uniform for the more upper class, so to speak, events such as your weddings and corporate events that are like suited and booted, and then you've got your musical events where they're just in a blue polo t-shirt and a high vis, or if it's cold, a jacket, where it's a bit more, I don't know, you can call it a bit more rough and ready, just in case stuff is going to kick off. Whereas at wedding venues, what's the chances of something kicking off there? It's a lot less likely.
Okay. So coming away from work, A little bit,
Yeah,
kinda.
yeah.
What motivates you to keep going on the tough days?
Um, knowing that I'm making a difference somewhere somehow. If that, even if it's not to a client, it's to my staff, the way I treat them. With a lot of companies, you're just a body at a job, and trying to just making sure that that security company is making, I don't know, four, if not more, £6 an hour off you working that venue. Whereas for me, I try and suit that person to that job, and I'll always, well, not always, I'll try my utmost best to go and see them at that job, make sure they're all right, make sure they're being looked after, because especially on some events, they're doing 12, 14-hour shifts, and sometimes some clients won't feed them, and
Yeah,
they won't even provide them water, which is what I try and make sure they get when I'm first speaking to the client or the
yeah.
customer. and I
Okay,
and I'll just make sure they're paid on time. Um, yeah, I just do things ever so slightly different in order to make it work.
okay. Fun question. So pressure's off. What's one gadget you couldn't live without? Not your phone.
One gadget I couldn't live without. Well, be my if I can't be my phone, it'd be my laptop.
Can't be your laptop.
You didn't say that.
Well, I've just said
You
it.
said my phone. um,
I think
my
phone and laptop are a given. Go on,
okay,
something
all
else.
right, my smartwatch.
Can't be a smartwatch. What's
Whatever I
one?
say, you're gonna go. No, it can't be that.
No, what's one gadget you can't live without?
um, I don't have any more. I have a TV. I probably wouldn't be able to live without that then.
Can't be TV.
Can't be a TV. There you go. Look, see what?
What's your favourite food? If you could only have one meal for the rest of your life,
Oh, I get asked this all the time.
what? Why? Why do you get asked this all the time?
Because I don't know. It's just one of those questions, isn't it? But I
Okay,
know I know exactly what it is. A lamb roast dinner with mint sauce.
good choice.
Love it.
Yeah, those poor baby sheep, eh?
Oh well, there's plenty of them.
So coming back to your job then, John. How's your cider going down, by the way?
It's going. It's
Oh,
going. I'm nearly on my second bottle.
oh, I'm on my second bottle.
Oh, blooming out! I better catch up.
Yeah, go on. Well, I'll sit here in silence whilst you do. Um, Kelly wants to know how many inches do you both enjoy on a Wednesday evening? The cider, I mean.
Yeah, that's exactly what she's talking about, isn't it?
Yeah. And do you know what? I've asked that question. We had 1,000 viewers. I've asked that question. We've gone down to two.
Kelly's ruined it.
She's your marketing manager.
No,
So what are
not
some red
anymore.
We're only joking, Kelly. If you're listening,
Yeah,
we're
I'm
only
already
joking.
joking.
We're back up to three. We're back up to three, so we're all right. We're recovering. Um, what are some red flags that you can spot in a crowd before trouble starts? Is that what you're doing? Are you sort of like stood there scanning, always looking for?
Literally. And funny you say that. I was before I answer that question. Before the other night, I was out in Hinkley having a few drinks, and with a security guard that I work with from time to time. And even though we're there drinking, trying to chill out, enjoy ourselves, even now we're constantly scanning. We're always scanning. Like we sometimes we spot stuff just being there drinking when our senses are like starting to deteriorate, because that's what obviously alcohol does. And we spot stuff. and we're like, no, stop it, it's not our job. Like, and
Right.
but yes, always scanning.
For what though? What are you looking for?
Multiple things really. When it comes to the drug side, you're looking at their eyes, because it's like alcohol with drugs. You either get your person who's really calm, chills them out, or it goes vice versa, and they're all like ready to go. Their muscles are tense.
Hmm.
Like the slightest nudge, and they'll probably swing at somebody. So eyes is something. People's body language, um, the way people are talking to each other is another one. Sometimes you can hear their tone of voice, and sometimes, and like I say, if they're again a bit more aggressive, we can get in there pretty sharpish and go, right, no, leave each other alone before the wrong thing said. There's quite a lot you are looking for. I can't name them all now, but they're probably the looking for
Okay.
the body language of somebody who could be aggressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably the
Is
main
and
one.
is that experience? Is it training? Is it specific training? A little bit of both? What's
Experience. It all comes down to experience. Don't get me wrong, you get a bit of training from
yeah.
from the week course you do in order to become a security guard. But it comes
When
with
you say week course, you mean week long course?
yeah, a week long course. Yeah,
You don't mean it's a shit course.
no, it's not a shit course. I won't say that on live.
No, mate, no. I've seen you in action. You're obviously well trained.
hmm I'm very well trained from experience.
You are very well trained.
hmm
You're trained. You. It's not just security training you've had either, is it?
Where are you trying to go with this, Matt?
Well, I don't know. I'm just testing to see if you wanted to go there.
I
That's
know
all.
because no, because Kelly will go, oh, here we go again. I know where you're going with this, and I'm not doing
What
it.
what do you not think that that is a USP? Do you not think that that is something that you've got over and above other um, security guys?
Yeah, 100%. Because
So do you
you
want to?
speak.
So tell us what it is then. Tell us what it is. So
Yeah, okay.
as
I'm in
well as
your
a
army.
security, yeah, as well as a
There it is.
security guard, you are
I'm a current serving member of the British Armed Forces.
right, and I think that's quite important. I think that makes you stand out
hmm
in your particular industry.
Yeah, because and it's not just on the training side either. It's how you speak to people. It's the discipline.
Yeah,
Um, it's your punctuality. The
yeah,
amount of I have one security guard, and his punctuality is awful. It's shocking.
okay.
I have to tell him a time an hour before he starts to make sure he turns up on time.
Oh,
And this it comes back to how I do things slightly different. I know how he's a really good security guard when once once he's at the job.
yeah.
Um, but to make sure he doesn't let the company down by being late, I give him a time an hour early.
Wow. Okay.
But that's me knowing my security guys. So knowing
Does he
because I know
expect paying an hour early?
no he's gonna turn up on the time he's the time the job starts because I know he's gonna be late every time.
Wow. Okay.
And even if he does turn up early, the answer is no. I will not pay him early. But he knows I do that to him now, and the trouble is, because he knows that he's now going to turn up late
So now
because
it's
he knows.
2 hours early. So now you're sending him
Yeah,
2 hours
you might as
early.
well just turn up to the turn
You've
up
got
to the
to
job
you've got to be there
the
at
day before.
midday, mate. Be at this
Yeah,
night job for midday. What? Yeah. Have you ever been scared whilst on duty?
yeah, yeah. And it's for the festival in Fradley. It was the first year I had it as my personal company, and we we believe we still don't know, but we believe that a organised crime gang turned up to it to cause havoc, and we didn't know if they were armed with knives or not. And I tell you what, I was pretty scared that time because there was loads of them, and there was only so many of us.
Do you
And we
wear body armor?
no,
You don't wear body armor.
no.
You don't wear a stab vest.
So sometimes, uh, sometimes we do, but for that one, no, because I didn't believe it was necessary.
Because you're in Fradley.
Yeah, I thought it was all right.
Yeah, wow. I think you should be wearing a stab vest, mate.
We do. I do for one of the venues for when they have a certain event on. It's policy that we have to wear a stab proof vest and a body camera.
And a body cam. Body cam would be useful.
Yeah.
Have you had to?
That's coming in more and more.
So that's the thing when you're in business, you have to purchase all of that, don't you, yourself?
Yeah. It's not just provided, unfortunately.
Yeah. It's tough, isn't it?
It's not easy. There's a lot of things that go on in security that people have no idea.
Go on, still tell us.
So if you're on a night out, in a pub, club, wherever you want to be, the amount of drug deals that go on inside pubs and clubs, the amount I've caught in the past, and we have to take the drugs off them and then hand them to the police. That's what security do. Well, that's what security should do. If all security companies do that, I don't know. I believe they don't, but that's by the by. The amount of people we have to kick out that you don't realise sometimes. Sometimes you see it and everyone goes, "Hey!" Obviously, because someone's getting kicked out, but it happens a lot more than you realise. If that's a gentleman being inappropriate with a woman, if they had too much to drink, because there you go. Here's a fun fact: it's illegal to be drunk in a pub.
What?
It is illegal to be drunk in a pub.
Right. Okay. What's the charge? Drunk and disorderly.
Yeah, but because it happens, it's just one of the things that happens now. But if you are caught sleeping in a pub, drunk or not, you got to go.
Yeah. They don't just wake you up, do they? They chuck you out, don't they? Yeah.
You got. Well, we don't physically just like grab them and chuck them onto the pavement.
No, I know. Yeah. You don't actually
you still got to be
yeah.
nice.
You don't want trouble at the end of the day, do you? You're just there to do a job, aren't you? You're not there to.
Yeah.
I get it. Right. So I've got a question here from ADB. Would you prefer to deal with 50 duck-sized bears or 50 bear-sized ducks? So duck-sized bears.
Right. Or bear-sized ducks.
Yeah, but 50 of them each.
I think it would have to be for the bear-sized duck. No. Oh, I don't.
I mean, that's 50 big ducks.
That's a big duck. I don't know.
Great that duck would be great in a pancake, but that is I'm sure I'd want to fight.
Yeah, 50. No, I think I've got to go for the bear-sized duck because.
Really?
Yeah.
50 of them.
Yeah.
I'm taking the duck size.
Punch to the face, they're going, aren't they? Whereas a bear.
I'm taking duck-sized bears, mate. I'm taking duck-sized bears.
They can still aggressive little things.
Just kick them, can't you? You just kick them in the face, can't you?
They're still going to bite you, aren't
they? I'm going duck-sized bears, mate. No, I'm not. Yeah, I am. I'm going duck-sized bears. Okay. So, let's have a look. What's the hardest decision you've had to make in business so far, apart from sacking Kelly this evening?
One of them was sacking one of my security guards 2 months ago. That was
Okay.
difficult. That's the first time I've ever had to do that.
You had to sack him. Okay.
Yeah.
Tough, isn't it?
Believe it or not, joining Network Local was not an easy choice. Like Kelly had to persuade me quite a lot to join that.
So the toughest decision was sacking. The second toughest was joining Kelly.
Can you tell I haven't had to make many tough decisions in the business so far?
Well, that might be credit to you, mate. That might be good planning, and the good forward planning. That's what that might be. So okay, mate. So why did you find it so difficult to join Kelly's group?
At the time, my turnover wasn't great, and
Yeah.
and I thought, even though the price at the time wasn't that much, it's still another monthly outgoing where there's been times in the past of the business I was literally like on my arse, and I was like, blooming heck, if I don't put some money into the business, it's not going to go much longer, because I just didn't have the work coming in, especially at this time of the year where the event season's over, and if you haven't got any, like, even if you haven't got a pub, you haven't got that monthly or weekly income just to like cover some of the monthly costs. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
security literally peaks and troughs all the time. It'll obviously go up again over the Christmas period, because again, Christmas events will be on New Year's Eve, where loads of events on New Year's Eve. So yeah.
Is there a difference now? When I was a young man going to bars and clubs, the guys on the doors were referred to as bouncers.
I'm glad you brought this up.
Nowadays, they're referred to as door supervisors. Yes.
Right, yes.
Is there a difference, or is it just a change in name? Or
There, it's more of a change in name, because when the term bouncers was around, the SIA doesn't exist, and obviously there was nowhere near as many cameras as there is now. So the name bouncer, and I will admit, my dad used to be a bouncer in Burton before the SIA
right?
came in, and they would literally drag people around the corner where there's no cameras, no witnesses, and they would bounce you. They would literally beat the living, I won't say the word, out of you.
Is that where the name came from?
Yeah.
Okay.
Whereas now it's a door supervisor, and that is the qualification you get.
It feels more professional now, doesn't it? You feel like you're trained, you're certified. It's much more professional.
Yeah.
It's a profession now, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It's 100% a profession now, and the way you deal with things is completely different. You've got a duty of care over everybody. Even if you chuck that person out and he like bangs his head because he's fallen over, it doesn't matter how much of a dick he's been in that pub, you have a duty of care over him.
Yeah. Okay. That's really interesting. So, with that in mind, then, what should venues, if there's a venue watching this, what should they be looking for when hiring a security provider?
I'm glad you said this, because there is a certain venue, I won't name it, in Hinckley, where the current security guards they employ are drinking and doing drugs on the job.
Oh wow, really?
And they've been caught. They've been caught, and they've been seen doing it.
Okay.
Now, on the job of security, you are not allowed to have one drink, not one, just in case a major incident happens and the police get involved.
Right.
But when looking for security, though, in my personal opinion, look at the way they treat people, look at the way they dress, look at their punctuality, look at the and look how they deal with certain situations, such as, is there somebody they need to remove? Can they remove them without laying a hand on that person? Because there's so many little ticks, I can't speak now.
That's the cider, mate.
Yeah, the cider's getting to my head now, mate. There's so many little tips
Tips
and
and
tricks.
tricks.
Yeah, that's the one. To get somebody out, and I told somebody this the other day, and they didn't even think about one of them, and they were like, "That's such a good idea," and he could have done it so many times, and he would have reduced the amount of times he's had to literally lay hands on people in order to get them out of a venue.
Okay.
So
So
look
yeah,
at
sorry.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So that says a lot, mate, doesn't it?
Because
So,
there's a
so
lot of
what's
security
the
out there.
so how does a venue avoid that then? So how do they avoid when selecting their security team? How do they avoid that? Because these people be licensed? Will they be insured? Will they look the part?
Well, every security company is being insured. It's if it's a given, they have to. I would say give a company a 6 to 8 week trial period, and just watch them out again, watch them how they treat people, watch them. Everything I've just previously said, just watch them like a hawk and see how they cope with people. Because some security guards just want to chuck people out. They've got the badge in order to legally almost get in a fight, and that it's just not the case.
Okay, that's why they're there.
Yeah, I've seen a company so literally chase people down the street because someone said a name to them. It's just,
Well,
one, they're
someone
leaving
called
the
the name.
post.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
One, they're leaving the post, which is just not professional, and two, man up. I know I shouldn't say that, but like it's what you get paid to do. People are drunk, and they're gonna say stuff to you.
It must be tough dealing with drunk people though, because
Oh,
drunk
yeah.
people are absolute assholes, aren't they?
I've got a little saying, right, and I call security, especially when working nightclubs and pubs. We call it adult babysitting. And think about it, it's so true because we basically go, if you do something wrong, no, can't do that. No, don't do that.
And they come back and they try it again, and they come
Yeah,
back and they
yeah,
try it
and
again,
then
and then you have to
after so many
smack their
times, just go,
bottles and
right, that's
send
it,
them
you've
to
had enough.
bed. Yeah,
Yeah, it's time for bed. Yeah.
that's brilliant, mate. I love that. Do you believe in ghosts, John?
No, I don't.
No.
I've never had a reason to. I've never heard something out of the ordinary. I've never felt a presence. No.
I mean, I suppose that sort of ties in with how you feel about what happens when you die. You just come back as what was it, a pubic mouse and an earwig.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty sort of. Yeah.
One of the, you said you come back as an animal.
Hmm.
Are we not an animal?
Oh, you dick. Yeah, technically. Yeah. So come
So,
back as another
so,
animal.
so can we come back as a human then?
If that's what you believe.
No, well, I'm asking what your theory. Going back to your theory.
I don't know. It's a good question. I don't know.
Do you want me to leave you to ponder it?
Yeah, I'll get back to you in about a week.
You've got about 10 minutes, mate. All right, I'm coming back to that one.
Okay.
So, okay, what if you could go back and give your younger self one piece of advice? What would it be?
Mm, get on the property ladder as soon as you can,
Okay,
because I've left it, even though I'm still young, I think I've left it later than I should have.
you're not on the property ladder, though.
Uh, hopefully, win the next couple of weeks when my
I
solicitors get the ass out of their arse.
I think it's overrated, actually, mate. Owning a property.
You think?
I think it's overrated owning the property that you live in because you're responsible for all the repairs,
Yeah,
everything, right?
yeah. Whereas renting, you're not. But how much more does that cost?
Hang on. So technically, yes, it's a roof over your head, but technically it's a liability, right? Because anything that goes wrong, you're responsible for it. Now, if you bought a property and put a tenant in it, yes, you're still responsible for the repairs, but your tenant's paying for that.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll get to a point where your tenant's paid your mortgage as well. So
Mm-hmm.
now you're a homeowner and someone else is paying your mortgage.
Yeah, but where are you living?
Well, you're renting somewhere, or you're living at your mum and dad's.
Yeah, but this is a problem I've got is that as a young adult, and I'll class myself as a young adult, I my room's tiny. My room's freaking tiny. I
Is
can't
it the
live in it.
bedroom you had when you were 8 years old? Is it the same bedroom?
Yeah, it's the same blooming room. I've never moved from my
You've got the same.
parent. Like
You've got
my
the same
parents.
Transformers quilt cover.
Have I got what?
The same Transformers quilt cover and curtains.
Probably somewhere in the house. Yeah. My mum keeps everything. She's a hoarder.
Bless her. Okay, all right. So that's okay. So get on the property ladder quicker, yeah.
Yeah.
When in your life have you felt most proud of yourself?
Mm-mm. I had this question on the podcast I did with Ruth from the Litchfield Chamber and
Still
Commerce,
chamber, yeah. I've watched it.
and my first one is my my pass out parade from phase one training in the army.
Your
Um,
parents come and watch that.
yeah, it's quite a big achievement. Don't matter who you are. My second one is I think in the past 4 years of running the business, I think I've been on the verge of folding the business twice because of certain things that have gone on. Either I've had too many unreliable staff, and then I've had certain people in my ear going, just give it up, just give it up, just give it up. But I've just gone, no, I will make this work. And now things just seem to be going in the right direction,
How, how do
improving.
you recruit? How do you recruit your people?
At the moment, they come to me. There's a lot of security guards out there without work, and and that's that's down to technology and money at the moment.
Okay.
Um, But when it comes to events uh, in the summer period, then there's not enough security guards.
Hmm.
So when I said earlier, it's the peaks and troughs. It's the same um, with just security in general. They can have really good months where they're earning an awful lot of money, bouncing from festival to festival to festival during the summer months, and then they get to the end like September time, and work just takes a nosedive, and there's not much out there. So when I get my staff, they normally come to me, or I do a bit of recruiting over the summertime, and then unfortunately I say to the not so good ones, that's it. Come back next year. But a
We'll
lot of
call you. We'll
a
call
lot
you. Don't call us.
yeah, a lot of security have different jobs during the week anyway. So quite a few mechanics and they do security at weekends just to get a bit more of an income.
Okay. But it can be a full-time job, yeah. If you're
It
working
can
for,
be, but it's very tough. Very tough.
yeah. How early should organisers bring in security when planning an event?
As soon as possible.
Okay.
As soon as possible, because there's things that as an event organizer and and Gary Williams, who's part of Network Local, can vouch for me on this. There's things that they won't even think about. What are your ingress and egress points? Because you need more than one if there's an emergency.
Okay.
And people, some people don't think about that sort of stuff. What's their capacity?
Yeah.
How can you? And sometimes when they leave it too late, they don't budget for security, and then they understaff themselves on security because there's a certain ratio.
Okay.
So as soon as possible.
So, and then they end up shooting themselves in the foot a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you balance then? Because obviously you don't want to ruin the atmosphere. You want to have a great event, but how do you balance keeping people safe without ruining the atmosphere?
Well, what I normally say to people when they're starting to take things a bit too far, and I know they're not doing it on purpose.
Yeah.
I go to them. I say, look, mate, just calm it down for us. Like, we're not here to ruin your night, but just calm it down for us. But if you keep going, then I will have to remove you. And 9 times out of 10, they listen because they know that, especially with some events, because we're there quite often, they see us quite often, they know how we work. And sometimes they don't expect that either. A lot of security don't do that. They just go, right, that's it, out. But the way I see it is, we are not there to ruin people's nights. We're there to keep them safe. We're there to make sure they have a good night and basically get home safe.
Yeah, of course.
But sometimes you can't help it, but ruin someone's night because they've done something absolutely wrong, where it's almost like fighting. As soon as someone's fought, that's it. They've got to go. Unfortunately, they've got to go.
Yeah, I'd argue whether it's you that's spoiling their night.
You would say that, Matt.
Yeah, but what I mean is, that's not you, is it? You're just doing your job. You're just reacting and doing your job.
Yeah.
It's them that have spoilt the night by being dicks.
Yeah.
Which is a shame. So,
but if you can catch it early, which is what security try and do, that's what they're there to do, is try and catch it early. Then they can have a word with them and just say, again, calm it down. Otherwise, we're going to have to get rid of you. And 9 times out of 10, they do calm it down, and they're back to enjoying the rest of the night.
Are you on radios? Are you in communication?
Yeah, but it's not easy. It doesn't matter. Like,
Noisy.
the music is that loud, even with an earpiece, you struggle to hear somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's what you're doing. You have like a spotter. You have someone in the club looking for these red flags.
Well, people are in every position in order to have eyes on every part of the room. So everyone's classed as a spotter, aren't they? It's just that you have your people on the front door, making sure the wrong people don't come in, even though sometimes, and it's no fault of the security, the wrong people do get in because they've looked fine, they've seemed fine, and they've got in, or sometimes they've been in the club that long and they've had that much to drink that it just happens.
Yeah. So a couple of fun jokes. A couple of fun questions. That's the cider, mate. The cider's going to my head.
it gets to your head pretty quick. So
I don't drink cider either, so that'll be why. If you could swap jobs with anyone for a day, who would it be?
I think it's got to be with Hannah Green and make cocktails. I love cocktails, and I used to work at 1 Towers and make cocktails, and the one she makes are pretty damn good, and I wouldn't mind being in that horse box for a day making cocktails.
Okay, good answer. Now think a bit bigger.
Oh, bigger.
Now think bigger. Give me the same question, but now bigger.
Replace Keir Starmer as Prime Minister.
Oh my God,
You say go bigger.
mate, I'm voting for you. I'm voting for you.
I better be careful, or I'm going to get arrested. I don't.
Mate, the last time I did this, we ended up talking about Donald Trump, and yeah, and I was a bit concerned about. And now we're talking about not like Keir Starmer. We're really showing our true colours here, mate. Yeah, I'm not a
I
big
think
fan.
it'd be anyone's dream to run a country just to see what it's like for a day.
Yeah, would you? Yeah, yeah, I would swap. Oh, would I swap jobs with Keir Starmer? Okay, there's some. We need to We need to just confirm some things, right? So if I swap jobs with Keir, am I literally just going in as a Labour Prime Minister of that cabinet,
Ooh,
or am I Prime Minister for a day?
of your own
But
party.
but it's my everything is mine. I think that's a very different. I think that's a very different question and answer. That I'm not sure I'd want to go in and knock around with Rachel Reeves for a day, and and
Yeah, I know where you're coming from on that one, and
if I could bring you in, if I could bring you in as my my health secretary.
you mean your defence secretary?
No, no, it's first aid, mate. First aid.
You put my
Yeah, all right.
background.
Okay, okay. You can be my defense. You can be my defense
Yeah,
secretary.
there we go.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, I think no. Yeah, come in with like all your own people. Yeah, do it for a day.
I think if I could go in with all my own people, I think I'd be quite disappointed to only be able to do it for a day.
Mm.
I'd be like,
You wouldn't
right,
be able to-
listen, lads and ladies, we're staying up till midnight. We are absolutely
Flat out.
we are making the most of this. We are going to make as many changes as possible before we hand it back to that
Yeah.
bloody bunch of freaking idiots. Anyway, apologies if you're any Labour fans out there, but
Yeah, apologies. No, I don't
right,
apologise. I'm sorry, I don't apologise.
if you could time travel,
Oh, okay.
would you go into the past or into the future?
Oh, I'd have to go future. I'd have to. I'd love to see what's coming.
Oh, Hannah's giving me grief now because I said that's a great answer, but think bigger.
Oh, go yeah. Go on, Anna.
I
Give him grief.
I thought Hannah had gone to bed hours ago.
Nah, she's too intrigued. She's probably killing herself laughing.
Sorry, Hannah. No, that's not what I was saying. No, just wanted to, you know, get a more interesting answer.
How is making cocktails not interested?
It's not.
You're digging up. You're digging a hole here, man.
I know I am, but look, that me digging a bit deeper led to a whole conversation about us, being in Parliament, and so
Oh yeah, all right, yeah. Good save.
yeah. Sorry, Hannah. Right, go on. I've
What
got
were
the
we saying?
question. Would you go in the future or the past?
Future. I want to see
I'd
what's
go in the
coming.
past and then not ask that question that upset Hannah Green.
Well, I'll go in the future. I want to see what's coming. Like, especially with security and being in the army. I want to know if like World War III is coming or not.
Does that not take the fun away, though?
Mm,
What would you do with that knowledge? So you go into the future. So how far? 5 years, 10 years, 20 years? How far are you going?
mm, let's go 10. Let's go in the middle. 10 years.
In the middle. Why is that in the middle?
Well, because you
Of
said like 5,
middle of
10,
the
15,
answers I
20.
gave. Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Fine. Right. So you've gone to the future. You've seen. Right.
Mhm.
You now go back.
Mhm.
What do you do with that information? Do you get yourself a sports almanac, like in Back to the Future, and put a load of bets on? No, hang
No.
on.
Oh yeah, I could make millions, couldn't I, from the horse racing?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Um, maybe. Or I could do what The Simpsons have done and created a whole TV program of predicting the future.
Yeah. Do you think
Mm.
they've gone into the future? Do you think there's time travelers there, do you?
I don't know.
Do you
It's
believe in
weird.
time travel?
No, I don't believe in time. No, I don't know. I don't know how it's possible.
Hmm. Hannah, if you're listening, do you believe in time travel?
Ooh, that's a
Do you believe in ghosts? Do you believe in aliens, John?
Yes, I do actually, and there's a reason behind this. So I was on a training exercise a few years ago,
Yeah.
and I am 99% sure I saw a UFO fly through the sky.
Okay. Right.
And I believe, yeah, I believe in it. I believe this. I believe there is something else out there other than us. There's got to be.
But you think they're here?
Oh, do I think they're here?
Well, you just said you saw a UFO. So there's what? So you not only is there aliens, but they are
Oh,
here.
just because I saw it supposedly flying past Earth doesn't mean they're here.
Oh, so you mean you sort of saw it? You saw it out in space?
Oh yeah,
Right. Okay.
it was such a clear night. It was, and all I saw was boom. This,
Was it that? I think that's a shooting star you just
yeah,
described.
no, in my head that was a UFO.
Well, I
Let me
suppose
have it. Let me
it's
have it.
technically a UFO, isn't it? Because no, you haven't identified it, have you? It's
Exactly.
flying, and it's
Mhm.
obviously an object. They don't call them UFOs anymore, though, do they? What do they call? They call them something else now, don't they? And I have to Google this. Hang on.
Oh yeah, I don't know. You
Hang
are
on.
right there. I don't know that.
What do they call UFOs nowadays? That's the top. They call them UAPs.
What does that stand for? Oh no,
Uh, go on.
go on. What? It's got to be on.
Unidentified. Un, I don't know what.
Come on.
Um, there's unidentified aerial phenomena.
That's some scientist trying to get his name on.
Unidentified aerial phenomena.
That is
Because
some scientist at NASA going, let's call it this, and his name's got a certificate for renaming UFOs.
yeah,
That is.
maybe, but I think they're saying some of them aren't technically flying.
What are they then? Hovering?
Yeah, well, that's different, isn't it?
Mm,
That is that not different?
well, it's still in the air.
Yeah, but a balloon is in the air. Is a balloon flying?
Well, a helicopter's in the air just hovering, isn't it? And that's still flying. And a balloon, what do you say when a balloon goes? Oh, my balloon's flying away.
You don't say that, mate. I don't think I've ever said that.
Oh, I've heard loads of kids fly say that.
Is a balloon flying? It's a good question, mate.
Hmm.
Okay, so anyway, so you've gone to the future. You come back with your sports almanac. Do you think that there's going to be a World War Three? Then you mentioned that. Do you think there's going to be a World War?
I don't know. Part of
I
me
don't
does.
think, mate. Not with you on the case, mate. You know what I mean? Not you and your crew.
I don't know.
You're looking for red
What
flags.
do you mean? What do you mean, my crew? You don't know who my crew is?
You and your security boys. Yeah, but
Oh no, of
you
course they ain't going to war, are they?
no, you're like the door supervisors of the UK, mate. We're all good,
That side has definitely gone to your head, hasn't
mate. I do feel a bit. I do feel a bit like I'm drunk too much cider.
it?
Right, we should wrap this up soon, mate, because people will be getting bored of us. Right, let's have a look. What
Yeah,
else we
it's
got?
10
I'm
past
just
10.
looking for some
I'll tell
more
you what,
questions.
there's
What's
one
your,
question.
yeah, you got a question for me?
Yeah, well, I was going to say, people like to know what the worst story is that like a security guard's been through, like working security. And I've got I've got a couple because I've been knocked out. I've been
One.
pinned to the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Well, you
I'll
sound
start with,
shit.
hey,
You sound shit.
I can't beat everyone, can I?
No, I'm only joking, mate. Sorry, mate. It's the cider speaking.
Yeah, it is. I'll let you off. I'll let you... But
Yeah.
yeah, especially for new security guards, they always go, what's the worst thing that's ever happened to you? What's the worst thing that's ever happened to you? And he's just like, oh, here we
Yeah.
go. Got to tell me story again. So I might as well tell it, and then it's out
Yeah.
there. It's on social media, and then if someone asks me, I can just go look at social media.
Oh my goodness me! Is this going to be? Is this going to blow my mind? This story.
Probably not.
Okay. All right. Do I need to go
Um,
get? Do I need to go get some popcorn?
uh, no, it's not quite that long. It's not quite
Okay.
that
All right. All right.
long. I
All right.
think you
Off
might be
you
all
go
right.
then.
You might
Off you go.
finish. You might finish the glass of inches that you've got though, but we'll see. Anyway, I was working at the pub clubs in Leicestershire, in Market Harborough, the one I mentioned earlier, and basically, I'll cut the story a little bit shorter. And basically, I asked this guy to take off his cap because that's a policy. We no hats on inside. So I asked this gentleman to take his hat off, and he he goes, but it's the anniversary of my kid's death. And I went, I said, I'm so sorry, and I'm like, and I
Yeah.
just said, I'm so sorry, but our policy is no hats. And he said what he said, and I said, look, I'm so sorry, mate. Like, I really do feel for you, but you still got to take your hat off. Next second, I'm on the floor with him on. This sounds freaking horrendous, but with him on top of me, and I'm on the floor. He's holding me here, and I'm holding him like that as well. And I'm saying, "You will get off me." I had no control over this situation whatsoever, and I said, "You will get off me." A few seconds later, the bar manager and the other security guard on with me that night basically grabbed him, pulled him off me, but because he had a hold of me here, he completely ripped my jacket, completely ripped my shirt, and got him out of the venue. I got up, grabbed my radio that had fell out and everything, and started heading out. But by this point, he started running back in again. So we started trying to get him out again, but he's literally got his fingers around the door frame like this. So the other two have got him, and I'm literally peeling his fingers off the door frame in order to get him out. As I did that, and started getting people out of the way, again, he started running at me. I front kicked the guy, and all he did was, ugh, and didn't move. Like, he wasn't
Oh
winded,
dear.
he didn't feel pain, and I went, oh shit. So I pushed him back, stood in front of the door, and I said to him, I said, "You are not coming in this venue, shit bust." And he went, "Yes, I am," nose to nose. And after a couple of backwards and forwards of saying, "I am going to get in," "No, you ain't," blah blah blah, he took a step back and just gave me a jab to the face, cut my lip, made my nose bleed a little bit, and I stood there, didn't react. No word of a lie, didn't react. And I said, "You are still not getting in this venue." And then it made him realise, because he was drunk, he must have been on drugs, name it, he was probably on it. And his eyes almost like lit up in the sense of, yeah, I'm not getting in there, and finally walked off. And I think that has got to be one of the worst situations I've ever been in, because the fact
It's
that I
awful.
front kicked him with him running at me,
Yeah.
and he barely moved. He barely moved. I just about stopped him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Well, this was all
that
because
made
you
me
asked
think
him to remove
twice.
his cap.
Yeah, all from just asking him to remove his tab. He must have been having a bad hair day or something.
So, did you ever find out? I don't suppose you did. Whether he was telling the truth about his kid.
I can't remember. This was
I
4
mean,
years
I
ago.
suppose. I mean, do you react like that? Oh, it's impossible to tell, really, isn't it? It's weird.
Yeah. I mean, even it. I mean, would you go out drinking on the anniversary of your kid's death?
Po-
Realistically,
Possibly, mate.
I don't
People
know.
drink to forget, don't they?
Yeah.
I
I
know
don't
I
know.
am.
You're gonna forget this whole conversation tomorrow. You are.
What conversation?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, let me see if I've got another question for you. Okay, I've done all the fun ones.
Hmm.
Let's have a look.
Is it not nearly your bedtime, man?
It's long gone my bedtime, mate.
Yeah, I thought it has.
Long gone. Let me just check I've asked all your questions, mate. Oh, let's finish on this. This is a great question to
Okay, go
finish
on
on.
then.
Right? What's one piece of advice you'd give to someone looking to get their door supervisor badge and starting out in security?
One piece of advice.
Don't do it because we don't want the competition.
Say again, sorry. Don't do it because I don't want to come. Yeah, that's not a bad shout. Yeah, don't do it. Just don't do it. Like
It's
I don't
already
need
too, it's already too many of us.
it. um, I've been thinking about this all day. Um, because it depends on what sort of person you are. Are you? It all comes down to fight or flight, doesn't it? Realistically,
Okay.
are you gonna hide away from a bit of conflict, or are you gonna like jump in and get involved and help your team out? And that's what it comes down to. A lot of people um, who come into security haven't thought about it,
Mm,
and are you able to deal with conflict? And realistically, you don't know until you experience it.
yeah.
And and most of the time, people don't want to get involved. They're a bit scared. But at the same time, you do have some people who do really well at talking down a situation, really well, and it you've got to weigh up. Are you good at talking to people? If yes, go for it because that's what most of the job is now anyway, talking to people, all that customer service. And have you got something about yourself? Are you able to grab somebody? Are you able to grab someone my size, 6'3", and as you say, John the Muscle? I don't think I'm that big, but and get them out with a team member. Are you able to do that? And
Okay.
I think it's just something to think about.
Do
But
you find
apart
do
from
you
that,
find
have a go, give it a go. You never know until you try it.
do you find that um people do try to get their badge when and they couldn't deal with a lump of muscle?
Yeah, I've experienced guys in the past that have got their badge and they're starting to get what's the word high rated um,
Yeah.
over over somebody giving them a bit of shit over something stupid really.
Do,
And at the end of the day, that's what we get paid to do is is to take the front force of the so-called shit from people who aren't happy and just deal with it. And I've come across people who can't deal with it. And if you can't deal with it, don't bother because it doesn't matter where you go in life, it's coming.
do you think looking intimidating is better or worse?
That swings and roundabouts. Um, I'm gonna say I'm gonna say slightly worse.
Okay.
And the reason I say that is, and this is just from my personal experience with being quite a big guy, people want to take on the biggest guy.
Yeah.
It's just a fact.
Yeah.
Because if they know they can take you down, yeah.
Do you know what? If this makes you feel better, mate, I've always been of the sort of guy that would only pick on the little one, the smallest guy in the room.
Or is that because you're a
Yeah,
bully?
yeah. Or even a girl, to be honest.
You're
I'd
not
always
helping yourself here, mate.
I'd always beat the shit out of the smallest girl in the room.
Do I need to report you?
No, but that's going to make a really interesting social media post, isn't it? That someone's going to click it. Someone's definitely going
Oh,
to click that,
I,
aren't
I don't want any. I don't want any part of that conversation.
they? Is there anything else you'd
So
like me to
yeah.
ask you, mate, before we say goodbye to that?
Mm.
Oh, we're up to a million viewers on Facebook. Before we say goodbye to them, is there anything?
Do I want to say goodbye to him?
Oh, how do people find you, John? How do
Uh,
people find you?
website, Facebook, Instagram, and I've even got a TikTok. Well, ish. I've sort of got a TikTok account for the business as well. So you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok just by typing in Maverick Security. You'll find it, and the
Yeah,
website at www.mavericksecurity.limited.co.uk.
well done. Brilliant. And is there anything you'd like to say before we go? Anything you'd like me to ask?
Uh, on the asking front, no, I think we've covered about everything. In all honesty.
Okay.
One thing I will say is if you've generally got any questions about security, don't hesitate to get in touch.
Yeah.
If you want to know more about what we do, again, don't hesitate to get in touch.
Yeah.
And I just thank everyone who has come along and had a listen. Thank you very much, and hope you enjoyed it because
Yeah.
I've had fun. I don't know about you, man.
Yeah, I've had a blast, mate.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
absolutely shit-faced on
I just, I
cyber.
just, I just hope that I just hope you've learned something about security that you haven't known before, because there is a lot out there. Even for how long I've done it and being a business owner, I don't know everything. I'm still learning.
Yeah. I wish I'd listened now. I'm only joking, mate. I'm only
I'll,
joking.
I won't say what I want to say to that.
It was excellent, mate. I had a lovely time. So, well, listen, we're going to say goodbye. Thanks, everyone on Facebook, for listening and watching. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, no,
And
thank you.
yeah, you stay on, John. But
Yeah.
we're going to say goodbye. Do you want to wave? Say
Goodbye.
goodbye.
Thank you very much.